Archie, sit down please, not kneeling up. Turn round, but not kneeling up please.
No, when?
You can't turn yourself, it's not kneeling up, alright?
Yeah, I bet. I know.
That's a fact, what it was. The seagull was landed on my head. Hold on to your bags, please. Sit down, Dexter, please. Thank you. He's joking with you, right? I am so joking, okay? Why would it matter anyway? You're on the water. Okay? You're on the water.
Well, good afternoon to you all. I understand we got All Saints Primary School on board, is that right? Afternoon to you all. One or two members of the general public dotted around the boat somewhere. I'll find you eventually. Good afternoon to you too as well. So, the trip out to the Needles line down there. Anybody been out on a boat before? There's quite a few here, yeah. I was going to say, if we didn't have any show of hands at all, of course you came across on the boat to the Isle of Wight, so that would have been a lie, but of course you all have. So, for this trip then, usually just over 20 minutes, we're just running into the corner of the bay at the moment. We'll turn full of the chalk cliffs all the way out to the lighthouse. We'll pause out there, give you time for a photo, and come back wide across the bay. Quite a few things to point out to you along the way. Firstly, I just need to bring to your attention a very quick safety announcement. In the extremely unlikely event of there being any kind of an emergency whilst we're afloat, just ask you to remain seated exactly as you are. You'll be instructed on what to do. Stunning views of the coloured sands as we come away from the beach. Anything up to 21 different colours up there they claim. Pretty impressive. And eroding away at quite an alarming rate. Very soft cliff face this one. We lose something close to half a metre a year on average. In contrast, the chalk cliff over here, very stable, very dense, compact rock, although it does still rot away, or not rot away, but erode away. This big fall here came away about 30 years ago. That's a year I was born. Oh, that looks cold. Somebody was suggesting earlier on there might be some sharks in these waters. Might be, might not be. What I can tell you though are we often see dolphins out here. Haven't seen any today so far, but if we're going to see them, it's usually about an hour or so after low water, and that is exactly where we're at now. So do keep your eyes open. Sometimes see seals as well. I've seen so many seals recently, but certainly dolphins. Seen quite a few dolphins. beneath the Victorian fort. Now, part of this is still open today for public access. You may see the bus run along the cliff top road in a few moments, the open top Needles Freezer bus. It's all run by the National Trust. But what you can't appreciate when you visit the fort at the top of the cliff is what's down here at sea level, which is what you're looking at right now. These guns locks you can see embedded in the cliff face here, all parts of that same fort. Now, it took the Victorians back in the, say, 19th century, these 3 years to get down to this lower part. Of course, back in those days, no real machinery, just men with pickaxe, shovels, buckets, burrowing all the way down through here to get to this lower part. And why, you might ask, did they put them here? With the guns down here at sea level to complement the cannon at the very top of the cliff that couldn't elevate low enough to defend of anything creeping up underneath the face of the cliff. But again, why here? If you look over on the right-hand side of the boat, you can see two other floors. So these 3 floors here are all protecting the back door to the Southampton port, so that you can understand the reason for needing to protect this stretch of waterway. So Victorian times, they were defending against the French. But of course, nothing ever happened. Used again for both world wars, but similar story really. And this lower part has since been closed off. So a little bit of history there. So geography next. Anybody into geography at all? Yeah. If I were to mention caves, archways and stacks, you got any idea what I'm talking about? I haven't got quite that far yet. No, you don't. But you can obviously see the 2 little caves here. They are the start of the whole erosion process that shaped the Needles rocks as you see them today. So what really happens, and we were talking over a long period of time, erosion just continues inside the caves, makes them bigger and bigger and bigger. They'll push out through to the other side and leave an archway. You can see in the first small gap here, this archway's already collapsed. We're not quite sure when, but we're certainly talking tens, if not hundreds of years ago. And then this rock here, need a little bit of imagination for this, but it's referred to by the locals as the ship rock. Might need to stretch your mind to see that, but there it is, the ship rock. Big blackbirds up there, they're cormorants. Anybody into bird watching at all? Cormorants. The other guy's on a jet made a quick wave. Look. Absolute lunatic. Well, the driver is at least, anyway. So a little bit breezy, a little bit bright out there. 1 or 2 of you wearing hats, which is fine, but make sure they're firmly planted on your head. You don't want to lose them over the side at all. You'll never see them again.
Edward, you want to take your hat off?
So just coming up on the Needles lighthouse now then. So this lighthouse here marking the westernmost point of the Isle of Wight. And it's been here since 1858. Anybody any good at maths at all? 1858. So how does that make it? 2023 minus 1858. 100 and... Exactly right, 165 years old. And look at it, still pretty much in the same shape, size and form that the Victorians originally built. The only significant difference being the helicopter platform, that steel structure you can see at the top there, which was put there in the late 1980s in readiness for its automation. Because nobody lives out there at all anymore, it's all automatic. But if you look carefully, you can see evidence of people out there. There are a team of engineers. I'm not quite sure where they are at the moment, but they're definitely out there. And they've been out there for a few weeks now, and just carrying out some routine oh, not routine actually, some quite significant upgrade modifications to the lighthouse, just to bring it into the 21st century. Now, the light, very difficult to see it flashing away at the moment. It can be seen up to 17 miles away at night time. Currently in the red sector. Once we leave the area, you will be able to see it flashing on the way back to the beach again. But it's here marking the westernmost point of the Isle of Wight, warning ships of the obvious danger of the rocks you can see, as well as the hidden danger all around us that you can't. If you look out over in this direction here, you can see a tall yellow-black pillar buoy, and that's marking one side of a very narrow deep water entrance leading up through into the Solent. Shallows all around. Because it's been such a historically busy shipping area, there have been lots of shipwrecks. A lot of ships have come to grief on the shallows here. It's a popular area with scuba divers. Thankfully, the last major wreck was over 70 years ago. A Greek steamship, quite significant of its day, about 3,500 tons in size, ran aground just to the right of the lighthouse. It was so badly damaged they were never able to refloat it, so the remains are still down there. But of course, the lighthouse keepers of the day, they would have watched all this happening, but absolutely powerless to do anything about it. But these days, where it's automatic, it's only joined a violent storm in 1764. And they can, with extreme low water, when we do get them spring tides, the rock is exposed, or the remains of it, so you can see it. At the moment, we are very close to low water, but very small tides at the moment. So looking a little further afield, visibility is not fantastic today, it's all very misty. The best I can really offer you is a little town over here called Milford-on-Sea, about 2.5 miles away, not very far at all. It's due north. If we could see it, anybody ever heard of Swanage before? Yeah. So Swanage would be over here, due west, some 14 miles away. I'm sure you've heard of Bournemouth. That would be over here, just behind that red can buoy, about 8 miles away. And a little brain teaser then. So France. Now France is 60 miles away from here, due south. Anybody any ideas which way that would be? Any navigators amongst you? So I pointed out Swanage, which is due west over here. Milford-on-Sea is due north over here. So which way would we have to go? Never eat shredded wheat. Have you ever heard that one? Never ever support Watford. Go on then, all have a point to it. It's definitely not up there, I can assure you. Which way's France? That way. Of course it is, over there. About 60 miles away, a little bit too far for us to go today. We've got the mathematicians on the boat though. Got a brain teaser for you. Go on then. So, if the French coast is 60 miles away from here, and this boat here travelling at 6 miles an hour, how long is it going to take to get there? Go on then, fella. 10 hours, exactly right. Well done, yeah. 10 hours.
With himself.
Yeah, there we go. Just have a quick look back at the lighthouse now for me. Look, I can see it flashing green at the moment. It will go out very shortly. They call it an occulting light, so it spends more time on than off. There we go, just about to come back on now. 16 miles away, night time, that can be seen.